Greetings, it's Dr. Bobby Price, your plant-based pharmacist and nutritionist, also author of Vegetation Over Medication. And today I'm going to be explaining to you why you shouldn't eat fruits that don't have seeds in them.
All right, viewers, thank you so much for tuning in one more time today. It's your brother, Ebenezer, on Coda TV. I asked myself, on what tree do we get seedless fruits? And how is that tree planted? So we look at nutritionists, pharmacists, doctors. Everyone advises us to eat healthy, to go natural and all that. So my question that I'm talking about triggered me to do a lot of research. And I came across this nutritionist professional who knows what he's doing, yeah? And then I thought I should share with you what his wonderful ideas are. Listen to this.
Greetings, it's Dr. Bobby Price, your plant-based pharmacist and nutritionist, also author of Vegetation Over Medication. And today I'm going to be explaining to you why you shouldn't eat fruits that don't have seeds in them. And I know that I get that question a lot in my DMs, and especially for the people who have read my book. I have an entire chapter dedicated to sort of explaining the breakdown on how you shouldn't eat hybridized fruit or fruits without seeds. The chapter is called The Seeds of Deception. So if you have my book, Vegetation Over Medication, make sure you check out this chapter if you want a more in-depth explanation. But the way I'm going to explain it to you is, first, I want you to understand why having a seed in fruit is so important. And then secondarily, I'm going to explain to you why today there are so many fruits in the market that don't have seeds in them. Okay, so that's what we're going to go through today, and I hope you sort of get the drift of why it's so important not to eat those type of fruits and to demand we have fruits that have seeds in them in our markets, our local markets today. Okay, so let's first start with the idea of why is it so important to have a seed in fruit, okay? And the way I'm going to sort of break it down to you is this. The life cycle, whether you're talking about fruits or whether you're talking about us as humans, all originates with a seed. And what I mean by that is this. A man has a seed, and that's called sperm, okay? A woman has a seed, that is an egg, okay? Without a seed, they are both infertile. They're not capable of producing offspring, okay? And so it helps you understand from a life cycle standpoint how their seed is important to humans first. Secondarily, if you look at fruits all begin with a seed, okay? And so let me sort of break that down to you. A seed goes in the ground, and we're talking about the original seed, thousands and thousands of years ago. Goes into the ground, grows, creates a mango tree, okay? A mango seed creates a mango tree. That mango tree then creates fruit. That fruit is called mango, okay? That mango, if a human comes by, eats it, or an animal comes by and eats it, takes it off a mile or two away from the tree, drops that seed on the ground, it could eventually go into the ground, create another tree, and now it has offspring, okay? If a human or an animal doesn't come by, the benefit is that seed drops to the ground. The seed has a lot of the nutrients in it, a lot of the minerals, vitamins, trace elements, all of those things that power our biological system. So when it drops to the ground, because it's not eaten, at that point, it will go to the ground, nourish the ground even more, and now that tree will be stronger and healthier and grow and produce healthier mangoes. So you can see that life cycle. No matter if somebody comes by and picks off that mango or that mango drops to the ground, it will help to produce more offspring, okay? That seed has a lot of nourishment in it. So when you have a fruit that has seed, in many cases, a lot of the seeds have a tremendous amount of nourishment and a tremendous amount of fiber. Okay, so now we understand why it's so important to have that seed connection, because it connects us with.
Okay, so viewers, this guy is speaking English, so I'll break it down in my local language. Okay. The person saying say, and you know, ɛsɛ dua bi anya aduaba, na aduaba no na dua. Na atimi anyini na aba bema yen dua kese na saa dua na atimi aba bema yen fruit ni bebre ba se say no yehunu se seed we na yakwa koto ayedi no aba bi anim nti se wodi seed fruit na aba bi anim ni wie a ebe da na dua na fufura san fifi na asan man aduaba no biom na yɛtumi adua na yɛtumi anya bi adi saa ne te ɛfiri tete no yɛdi mango na wototwene nwura mu abɛkɔ na fifi na ɛno nso so aso aba bebree then we can harvest more fruit from that. But here we are having seedless fruits. And these seedless fruits we have in our system now have no seeds according to their name. So when you finish eating the seedless fruit, that is the end of the life of it. There's no cycle of say besenya duano foforo besa fifi. And only ade asase adwene ho ne yehu ne say go natural nuaba na ye to shop aye di efusi ye di fruit. Enya fruit ni ye di no. So this is why I want you to share this program. Send it across. Let people be aware, because I have always been on the blind side of this until lately when I thought about it and I started researching and realized, okay, so these people are actually fooling us. What I say? I say, go and eat natural, go eat fruit. But the fruits we are eating, you ask yourself, are these natural? Are these organic? He's gonna tell, and this guy is a nutritionist who knows his stuff. So listen to him very well, and you know why some things are happening to us and we don't seem to know where it's coming from. He's gonna break all the clues out. Just listen to him.
The life cycle, it connects life to food. And as we always say, we have to eat to live. Okay, so now let's explain why there aren't that many fruits in the market that have seeds in them. And like I said before, like going into the market today and finding grapes that have seeds in them is essentially like going into the market and finding a unicorn. I'll go into the farmer's market, get my grapes that have seeds, post them, and I'll get 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 likes. And everybody's commenting, asking me, where the hell did you get grapes with seeds in them? That's how, that's how much we've sort of trended away from what is natural. And what I mean by that is when I was growing up as a kid, I never had grapes or watermelon or any fruit that didn't have seeds in them, but today is very common. So it's been a short 20-year period where we've walked away from having things that are natural that have seeds in them. So now let's sort of explain or get into why so many fruits today don't have seeds in them. Well, initially, it probably started off as this process of making things more convenient, meaning if I can get you watermelon that doesn't have seeds in it, then you can eat it more readily and not have to avoid the seeds, because many people do that. Same thing with grapes, okay? Now, so it probably started off as a hybridization process, but eventually what happened was genetically modified companies like Monsanto came into the picture and created this terminator gene that could go inside of the DNA of fruits and actually remove the seed from the fruit so that the seeds don't grow inside of the fruit. Now, that may look like in the beginning to be a marvel of genius when it comes to adding more convenience so that we don't have to worry about the seeds. But here's where the plot thickens, and now we understand what those type of agrochemical companies were doing. What they did was they removed the seed from the fruits, but this is how they sort of removed the farmer from the equation. Now the farmer, instead of using the seeds from the fruits that he was growing, because that's how it works, as I explained before, you can literally take the seed of a fruit, put it in the ground and grow a tree. That tree will then produce fruit. Like I said, that's the life cycle of fruit. But now you have this terminator gene created by Monsanto. It now can go into the DNA of the fruit, remove out that whole sequence for creating a seed. Now you have fruit that doesn't have a seed, and now that fruit can't be used to actually create more fruit because it doesn't have a seed. The same thing like I was mentioning, when a man doesn't have a seed in his body, he's infertile, okay? And even when they created the hybridized versions of these fruits that didn't have the terminator gene, in many cases, these hybridized versions, you couldn't take the seeds in them and then put them in the ground, they wouldn't produce an offspring because they were infertile as well. Okay, so now you have this company that's removing the seed, and now the farmer has to now go buy more seeds from the agrochemical company. This is how they essentially remove the farmer for the equation, and now the farmer has to pay the agrochemical company for seeds that nature was producing in the first place.
Okay, so viewers, you see the point he's trying to bring across. I'm expecting everybody watching this program to share it, spend time, sit with us and listen to what this brother is putting across. He's a nutritionist. He's not just making things up here. He's telling you things as we need to know. This is what we need to be consuming. Look, so what here in summer papa yi catch and abrante opeso chere and say and crowphobi na tena se no ma sheda introduce bibia kwese fruit no se na be ya fruit no part DNA be ma fruit na hu say okay enyi so ebo esese ma seed eba abanam no ya sesa seed na adwene because ya de bibi ahyem amadua no ntimi fa aba enhye fruit no mu biem. It's because I alter the DNA of that thing. It's like who nipa no na ya twe ebia adwene bi ma wotimi hu ne sesa wodidi sesa woda sesa wodware ya yi bibia film onye nipa bi na saade no so e dia be hye mu na ama enu nti untimi nya ne sesa wo ye no pusa won say what is that thing doing in you. And in this case, whatever thing they introduce into the fruit, for the fruit to stop producing seed inside the fruit, you ask yourself, what thing is that thing? All right, so if that thing in the fruit causing it not to bear fruit any longer, if that thing is still inside the fruit, then you ask yourself, what happens to me when I eat it? Okay, what happens to me when I eat that fruit? This is where I expect everybody to be concentrating. If we can think about this in this way, then you will realize that we are living in a very dangerous world. And these things have all been done, set up by people who wants to achieve something by way of business. It's a matter of their business they are trying to do, okay? Because they have done this, and now instead of the nature bringing trees out of the seeds that we eat from the fruit, they have managed to cut off the cycle of reproduction. So as we speak, seeds or fruits we eat, the seeds are not there. So we cannot throw it into our backyard for it to grow again. So you need to go to the agriculturist, the company he's mentioning that has now come up with the seeds. So you need to go and buy the seeds from them. Or buy the plant from them and come and just plant it in your house, in your backyard, in your farm. So nature has been cut out from the reproduction of trees and plants. This is the danger we are living in. And he's going to tell us what happens to you when you eat the fruit that is coming from a plant that has been genetically affected. Listen to this. This is what he's getting to.
Now, what's really dangerous about that whole process is this. Whenever you make genetically modified foods, and again, I talk about this in my chapter, Seeds of a Deception, in my book, Vegetation Over Medication, where I break it down very succinctly. When you remove the seeds from the fruit and you take it through this genetically modified process, you have to spray it with a lot of pesticides and herbicides because nature will attack something that isn't nature. Okay, real recognized real, so to speak. Okay, so nature will go in and attack this plant that's genetically modified. You'll see all kind of weeds, you'll see all kind of insects, you'll see everything attacking this. So they have to spray it heavily with chemicals like glyphosate, which is known to be a carcinogen and cause cancer. As a matter of fact, when you see the people spraying these genetically modified plants, they're all in a hazmat suit. That's how dangerous the chemicals are. And they're spraying the fruit with that. And many of us are under the impression that we can just simply wash it off and it'll be fine. But that's actually not true. We know that those type of chemicals not only get on the skin of the fruit, but they get inside of the fruit as well. And so that's why.
So you see, so has the same. And Crofona almost spray seeds ne send a seed ni intime more about fruit intime nya about no. Almost spray so crumple, almost entire to send you almost dangerous place. Katakata muhuni na nasa chemical na do good fruits no so ame abedino. Sen kenye dangerous. I don't know more kata omohana no. When they spray agu ne ho or chichire na no or chichire ne ho no, it means they know that it's dangerous to human health. And then he's also saying, say, you will be brand a full see a tough fruit near the insu for one area and no. Oto apple, you will be crying sometimes. We don't even wash our apples before we eat them. But some people are somewhere that have sprayed on this apple constantly to make sure this apple does not produce seed in them. And the intention is just to make sure that you are not going to be able to throw the seed somewhere to plant again. And you know, the chemical he will use the chemical to suppress the abilities of this plant so that it cannot behave the way it should behave. And the chemical can do something to you. He mentioned something about carcinogens. If you've read a little around it, these carcinogens are more related to cancer and diarrhea. Just listen to him quietly.
So important not to eat these type of fruits that don't have seeds in them, because not only do they not have the nutritional value that the original fruit had with seed, they also can produce things like cancer because they have carcinogenic biochemicals in them that will actually cause you to develop cancer. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed the information today. I hope you understand a little bit why it's so important to eat fruits with seeds in them. And so if you enjoy the information, make sure you like, share, hit that notification button, and share this with people who need to get this information as well. So until the next time, peace and blessings.
All right. So viewers, this is what I'm talking about. On Family Arena today, we wanted to make sure we are getting something that is healthy. This is an area where I have been fooled for many years. Yeah, per easy life. Obi a person yeah there, far there, no interruptions, nothing. Just far fruits now, pine. Then you are just eating it. Because you know that, it's nice. Cecilia, what do be anywhere by? Then you are happy. Sister Franklin Akwesing, God bless you for joining in. Evangelist Justice Asari, God bless everyone. Please, I encourage you to try and share the links with people. Let people know what is going on, because we all have a responsibility to make sure we are protecting ourselves and protecting our families and defending what we believe in. Okay, it's not just we need the wisdom and the sensibility to be able to stay alive and active in this world that we live in. Many people, because of their money that they want to make, because of their intentions to be in control, are twisting and turning too many things to make sure it goes their way. This is all business, purely business. There are some adverts on TV. You need to think before you respond to them. TV, so radio, so some of these things are really false. I tell you, some of them are false information that they try to fool people into behaving in a certain way. And that is what advertising is all about. That's what it's meant to do to you, to cause you to behave in a certain way that will help the advertiser. Advertising is not for your advantage. Seriously, it is just to cause you to behave in a certain way, in the advantage of the one advertising. Okay, so when they have put across all these fruits out there and they have pushed advert, seedless, it's beautiful. It's not natural. The omo person omo can say enya dia nyankopon bo aduaba bia na abanim, because ayabano ene bema yetimi adua foforo biem. Etu seedless fruit bia or shelf so na akokofa ka hu se eye ne obi akeka ne ma bia bom e de akofra de nyame abo no sane be ya enya te sane nyame ye ne biem. Ɔn sane sese nipa de ne ma frafra sei nipa obi kokɔ no akotwa ne nan no de bibia tua ho obi kura twetwa minimo obi a twetwa na so mienu nyina agutu o ma si ho no. Iti nipa ya try to modify the ways of God so badly, so much so that it is affecting every part of our lives. And what would DNA and also immunity in your strong no? Ubedi niyama webi dakofa yarea bro. Uti we krasi, uti amango umficha wedi ubi watu abana chinoba kona fifi. Udi kubetu edwayechi abe kona fifi no akodia. But you ask yourself, what types of fruits are we eating now? Family, ya yare bebra ye hu baby efi be eba. Ebi fifi sa na ma we yo. Because my main card here we Hebrew muncho. There were a lot of research ya. Onua, menua bibini. Ya steady one ka ho who say beboa wo na ye. It took a kind documents be now now dimirika now the year juma. And obi aka obe bisa sade we ya sade we ya. Enkofo a ye study wom a ya test ade no wom so hu say ye adwuma no. Onka ho. Masa, onka ho. Enti nke be ye pa ye mpanimfo so omni ma bibidro so na o ma disappoint ye bibro ma ma na ma bibra be sell ma dwene. Nka ye bibifo pa ye de ne enuane kontomre nyado asa nema na efi ye pomo ba na ye na nanom hyedudo na ye nom ne yade sa nema na nkeboa because enure gu baby bebre no apart from surgeons ne ade no omo yes specific things for everybody and they order how or yes drama tuntuma e no understand do yama bibini no problem but then when it comes to say aduane a obedi aduro a obenom ne ade no bebre na me kind of crachro enye nea ya test ama wo bibini se bebo ne ya test ama nipa binom and you nim ko fa making aya who say it is good for them and ya mom mami musa wasembi typical example one who plaster eye black da who bia mami ho but plaster bia mehu bia the friend of plaster na bro friend bandage plaster na ekuro ye wa de tarison the mehu nyina ye broni color idea no ne say o de tare ho na wonam ho a obi wa kire kura ohun mpo se bibi tare ho ya anya ma bibini enu nti no ye no ye ni color o de tare bibini ho a eyira ba ye wo color ye de tare broni ho a o wa kire kura ohun se bibi tare ho nema we necessary adwene ho ne ye hu ne se ye wone a ewo ye fi a eye man ene ye wone a ya ba be pie so a ye fa binti ye fa ye nsusu mfa ne ye mfa no nyansam ne ye hu se ye bedi broni burger ye bedi broni aduane ye be ye ne broni ye but wo man so a ye be hwe sane ne a ye nso na ye use ye nananom mutimi di 120 years no ye de ye ni be ko ho ne ye hu se saa ne ma akwan ye nananom fa so mutimi tena ase che no ye ma ye remfi because no ne dia omu di bi na afama na na man no de abewo yen ama yen so so ye de koyenim nti si ama ye refi saa ne ma na ye body ne frefre saa de na ye na di ye no ati ase nti no I just want to encourage everyone to understand that this is very, very resourceful. Think about it. Shop right. When you go to the shops, don't just pick anything. Okay? Before I leave, I'll let this guy keep talking. And then by the time he finishes talking, you'll see that I will not be here any longer. Then I will say goodbye to you tonight. So enjoy yourself.
So I hope you have enjoyed the information today. I hope you understand a little bit why it's so important to eat fruits with seeds in them. And so if you enjoy the information, make sure you like, share, hit that notification button, and share this with people who need to get this information as well.
Thank you so much for joining in today.